we are you and your friend. How's everyone doing? No one's here yet. Haha. Great. I'm just here fixing my hair. Never mind Lee. Because this is the only time I'll fix my hair. Well,
I think that's everything.
we're notifying viewers that you are live.
Yay! Awesome. We'll remember to do this one of these days.
Hopefully you can hear the calming music.
Oh, I'm sure they can. Hello, hello. Oh, do we have paper and the pen?
Good evening, everyone. How's your day? Oh, no one's here.
I'm scared everybody away.
I'm scared. We're so scary. Everyone's like, what's up?
Absolutely terrifying. Hi.
I'm vibing.
Vibing?
Who else is vibing? Nerd alert! We're a bunch of nerds.
We are.
Welcome to the nerd club.
We got 8 eyes.
We do. Welcome to our stream. We do card readings on this stream. Please comment your name before reading.
Yeah.
Going to do a tour of crystals.
Oh yeah, you got new crystals.
We have citrine. I don't know why I wanted to call you cis. It's cis.
Citrine.
Citrine. It's very pretty. And then we have rose quartz.
Such a nice big chunk too.
Yeah, it's good. And she only sold it for like $2. And this is angelite, super smooth. Yeah, and then it's just like a nice color, let's say. Yeah. Okay. Hi.
You're really pretty.
Thank you. We are beautiful. We're gorgeous, gorgeous humans.
Thanks
on
for the
this-
like.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Okay, so we do have some people in here now, so let's give our welcome. If you would like to get a reading, we are doing card readings. They don't cost anything. You can just comment your name and we'll put you down on our queue list. We just started, so our queue is wide open at the moment.
yeah. We don't do love or future specific readings.
No, we don't. Lee. Hi, Lee. Absolutely, we can get you down.
Yeah, and Amelia.
Lee and Amelia are... We have you both down.
Who would you like a reading from, Lee? We have...
So yeah, Lee, you are up first.
Yeah, we have you and your friend.
You pick.
Yeah. I'm your friend. So this is Mr. Waffle Mail. I'm Liv the Musical. I am the guest on this channel.
We don't do future.
Yeah, just a general reading. So we don't do like future prediction like, will I get $1 million? We don't do that.
Yeah. Because we're not going to sit here and claim to be able to read the future. We're not going to sit here and claim that we can talk to the dead or anything either. And we're not going to, like, we don't want to give you the feeling that something is for sure going to happen because nothing is ever guaranteed. You are still in control.
Yeah. So Lee, do you have who would you like a reading from? There's the two of us. You have to pick one.
Will my business survive? So we can't say for sure. Like, if it survives or not is going to depend on what actions you take.
Yeah, so we don't do future specific.
Yeah, but we can still do a general poll if you would like to.
Oh yeah, I'll just comment your name and then we'll write it down for a reading.
So Lee, we can do a like general poll for you, and you just have to pick who you would like to go with. Amber. Amber, I have you written down. So not sure then, like, that's okay. Like, that's okay if you're not sure, like, we can do a general poll and just see if it gives you some guidance.
Yeah, you don't need a question. Yeah. Really, we can just pull cards. Oh, hi, Liz.
There is not.
There's no Mrs. Waffle Mayo.
There is not a Mrs. Waffle Mayo.
There's only Mr. Waffle Mayo and Liv the Musical.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the follow, Amelia.
Yay. Maybe you have a crush from the audience.
I'm very flattered, but I am also very gay. Nice glasses.
Thank you. We both have, yeah. You have the nicer glasses. I have the
no, I like yours too. Love your energy. Thank you. Okay, so Lee, I'm not seeing you picking anybody. Are you just wanting to skip? Like, you have... I'm just waiting to hear, like, do you know who you want to go with? Or skip? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's no worries at all.
Yeah. Amelia.
So, Amelia, then you are up. Smash or pass. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. Mm-hmm. We'd probably pass on you too.
Okay, Amelia, who would you like a reading from? There's the two of us to choose from. Spams.
Right.
Oops. Your phone's being slow.
Entirely.
Nice. Oh, so you can say you or your friend.
Oh, there's Mr. Waffle Mayo, and that's Liv the Musical.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have your...
Oh, yeah, I don't have my phone. Sorry, where is my phone?
I don't know.
Okay.
Did you put it...
Oh, sorry. Is it still there? I'm back.
Okay. Thanks for the likes, too. That's 69 likes. Nice.
Nice. We love likes. Likes are good.
Nobody else like it.
No.
I mean, that one was, but... It's okay.
Okay.
So, Liv the Musical? Absolutely.
Okay. Hello. Okay, I'll give you this.
Yes. All of these.
Ooh. I'll put it here. So we have a couple tarot decks to choose from. This deck is the Careful Tarot. I'll hold it closer. And then, let me see, can I... It's a little hard to see. Put a seed tree on it. And it's like, I'm gonna push it a little bit like this. Doesn't really work.
Well, yeah, and I did have it just pushed back so that when we had it turned for both of us, it was easier to get us both on.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to live with this angle. I know it's not the prettiest angle for cards. Ooh, I'm dropping everything. And then our second choice of decks is the Wild Unknown. It's really pretty. It has a lot of nature kind of themed imagery. So put a little angelite on it. And then we have the Modern Witch Tarot. It's quite a famous deck. And then we'll put the rose quartz on it. So just take a deep breath, choose your deck, And I'll read from whichever one you choose. Okay, Krista wants to thank you. The second one! Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we'll put the stone here, maybe. And then we will shuffle. Alright, okay. So we have the Seven of Cups. We have, this is the Nine of Swords. Interesting. And then we also have the Eight of Cups. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I feel like, so I feel like whatever issue that you're facing right now, I feel like there is not just one way to go about it, like the solution. There are a lot of different paths that you could take. So like the Seven of Cups talks a lot about like choices, and I think maybe you feel like, oh, maybe there's only one way, or maybe you are aware that there are multiple choices for you to go about things. So maybe there's an analysis paralysis situation. I don't know, like maybe you're trying to decide like which one of these you're gonna go with, and just know that, you know, yeah, I'm feeling like the options are open, okay? So like don't like pigeonhole yourself too much. Don't like dig yourself in, like don't dig yourself a ditch too much. So just like being aware that there are many paths, there's many possibilities at the moment, and there's different strategies that you could use. And yeah, so maybe you need to evaluate which one's the best, or maybe you just need some time to think about it. So, and then I feel like, okay, the Nine of Swords talks about, this is the Nightmares card, so maybe like this, maybe it's drawing attention to like some kind of mental health, like tension that you're facing, like maybe there's like stuff keeping you up at night, right? Like so like some worry, some things are vexing you or bothering you, and so this is drawing attention to that. So I feel like, yeah, so this is, I feel like there's like different ways that you can go about to like going into whatever this is talking about, you know. And then you have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is, yeah, like I feel like there's a need to move on, like, so the message of moving on. So let me just like read from the guidebook here, because it always helps. Okay, so Eight of Cups, stagnation, ill health. Eight of Cups sends an urgent message to pack your bags and move on. So there's no hope rekindling what's being lost. You must start anew. Card also points to phases of illness and physical stagnation. Nothing good remains in the situation. Lift your eyes to the horizon and let your feet lead you forward. Okay, I feel like, so if you feel like, you know, stuff has been keeping you up at night and you're feeling uncomfortable, I feel like, yeah, it's okay to just, you know, move on from whatever is like doing this to you, you know, and then just like, I feel like, you know, whatever this is affecting you both mentally and physically, potentially, so just be mindful of that. Like,
there's so many different ways that stuff could stress us out, like on our body and our mind. So just seeing like for yourself, like, you know, like there are options, there's many possibilities, like this is not the only way, you know. Like there's better paths for you, I think, probably, than this, you know. And so just, yeah, like it's this is a clear message of like you need to do what's best for you. Like maybe you're too afraid, like you're thinking, oh, like what do I need to do this for my kid, or I need to do this for my family, or I need to do this for my friends or coworkers. And then this is like, if it's hurting you this much, then you have to choose a different path. Okay, you have to choose to move on from this. So yeah, like I hope, like, yeah, like if the stuff has been keeping you up at night so much that it's like hurting you, then I really hope that you know, take care of yourself. And because how can you take care of others if you don't take care of yourself, right? You're going to be so low and so depleted, and no one, it doesn't help anyone to show up that way, you know. So yeah, and I know that you have all these options. Okay, so yeah, and then yeah, trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust your senses. And
Thank you. This is helping me open my eyes to what I need to fix in my personal life.
Wow, okay, yeah, I'm so glad that you found this helpful. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Yay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Amelia. That was a nice reading.
So yeah, as we like to say when we close off a reading, if what we do say resonates with you, we appreciate the likes, comments, shares, follows, all of those things. They do help in TikTok's algorithm. Of course, we are going to be pushing as well the subscribe. It's down there somewhere. Subscribe now as well. And we'll just, once we have subscribers and stuff, then we can start doing things like subscriber-only streams, and get other perks implemented. I do want to get like art done up to make like our own individual emojis and stuff, but until we have subscribers, it's like, there's a little cricket.
Yeah, so that, yeah, we want to kind of want to see how many before we do stuff. Yeah, because we're still pretty small. So.
We are still pretty small, and we're also like, I don't want to overwhelm us either, because we both kind of, we're both neurodivergent, and our brain
fatigue,
and our brains don't always want to do the braining.
No.
So we also don't want to overwhelm ourselves with like a bunch of promises and stuff either. But yeah, so we are going to be kind of like pushing that a little bit. And if you donate to the stream, all of the proceeds that I get from doing these lives goes towards a fund, like separate fund for my kitty, Salem, and all of his vet bills and all that. He's got medicated food and everything too. And then we do give a poll from the Spiritual AF deck as an additional thank you if you donate gifts to the stream. So that being said, Amber, you are the next person that is up. Just so everybody else is aware where they are in the queue, we have Amber, who is going to be current. Then after that is Krista, then Jason. If you would like to get on the queue list, just comment your name, and one of us, whoever has the paper, will write you down.
That's right. So, Amber, who would you like a reading from? You can pick between you and your friend, or Mr. Waffle Mail and Live the Musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I hope you're still hanging out. I'm not sure.
Oh, we like it when people hang around, so we can, when we call them, they're here.
So we'll wait a little bit to see if Amber is still here. If we don't hear in probably a couple minutes of confirmation, then we will move on.
Thank you, everyone, for 2.8K likes.
Thank you. How's everybody? What's everybody been up to this last week, even?
Yeah, it's a beautiful August day over here. I hope you're also having a nice August day.
It's a hot August day today.
It's a hot day.
And not in a good way. No, not in a good way.
It's toasty.
Especially, like, there was basically I don't think there was any clouds today, actually, at all.
No,
So
it was completely
just
clear, and the sun was so hot.
We're having rain in Ontario.
Ooh.
I wish. I am in Vancouver, which is nicknamed Raincouver, and it has not been raining this year.
Vancouver doesn't really happen in the summer, but this summer has been hot.
Even there hasn't been a single thunderstorm this summer, and even in spring, it wasn't like heavy downpour. So it's just not raining like usual at all. So, but yeah. Okay, so I'm not hearing anything from Amber, so we are going to move on. Krista, then you are the one that is up.
Krista, who would you like a reading from? Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Bottles. Bottles are really loud. Every time I put the stuff in the glass and it's so loud, I'll be like, sorry, neighbors.
Right.
Because, like, it's always, like, nothing in the...
Either of you as usual. Well, you know how this goes. If you don't know who to pick, we play rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Always bet on rock.
Okay. Hello. Move this a little bit out of the way, too. So I'm going to show you the decks that I work with, and then you just pick whichever one you would like. We got gorillas, as in the band. We have unicorns. Then I also have mermaids, as well as Alice in Wonderland. Alice? Absolutely.
Alice.
Ready? Like to say, we're going down the rabbit hole. Don't drink the poison.
Wow, that's a strong message.
Don't drink the poison. Which I'm sure you can kind of guess what this is. Like those things that you know you shouldn't do that are bad for you. You should stop doing them.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to see there, but there we go. So I will read the whole thing for you. These come with a passage from the book, and then as well as like the full divination. If we need more information, I'll just continue to pull from the top here. If you drink much from a bottle marked poison, it is almost certain to disagree with you sooner or later. You deserve to treat yourself well. You deserve to inhibit what is not good for you. You do not need to try what is bad for you to know that it is not for you. So when this card comes, Wonderland is advising you that you no longer do what is not in your best interest. You have a habit or two that you could do well with letting go. You have people in your life that you keep giving time and space to despite knowing that you will suffer afterwards. Poison does not only come in bottles, it comes in the form of others who hurt us deliberately or even without their knowledge. It can simply be that they are not for you and you are not for them. Poison comes in the form of words which hurt and harm, that fall from the lips or which are spoken about you by others. There are situations you know that may hurt or endanger you. There are substances that could be toxic for you and you do not need to have them in your life anymore. When this card comes to you, it is time to eradicate that which is poison. It is not cruel to refuse to hurt yourself. You will be astonished by the energy you will have once you remove these toxins from your life.
Wow.
Work issues. Oh,
wow.
God.
Is there some like poison elements in the work? Which is like so, so to be expected, I think.
Yeah. So investigate, which honestly, if you're interested in numbers, this is number 8, this is number 7. So the quick kind of summary for the investigate is important decisions require you to fully invest. Don't like jump to rash decisions. Look at things carefully. Find out as much information as you can before you take action. So when it comes to any situation, that's a wise thing to kind of do. When it comes to the whole like poison, avoiding toxic situations or toxic things, like getting rid of that which is not good for you, it's just make sure you have all the information, because sometimes what you may initially want to jump to as not being good for you, there's more to it. And so like you may think that, oh, this person is bad for me, but if you were to investigate it, you would realize they are only acting the way they do because of things that X has said about you. So really, they aren't the problem. Who they're getting the information from is the problem. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like making sure you're doing the proper investigation that you are removing the proper, like the actual toxins from your life.
Yeah, what is
Instead
the root of the problem?
Yeah, exactly. Getting rid of the actual root of the issues rather than the surface level problems, right?
Yeah, oh my gosh. That's actually pretty cool. Bang on!
Yeah, and especially like you had mentioned with work, the investigate, absolutely. That is like the biggest thing to do, is making sure you're gathering all the correct information, because you may not initially know who is actually talking shit about you.
Or who's like causing the issues that you're
talking shit or causing the drama. You just need to like do some work, figure out where the source is, and address it there. And sometimes, I mean, if it comes to work, honestly, sometimes the removing the thing is just like, no matter what you do, it's the workplace itself.
The workplace is fucked.
Yeah, it's just like you could address the issue, but it's like the nature of the workplace is going to cause that issue to come up again, no matter what.
Well, yes, there is someone causing issues, lol.
Yeah. So then you have to think of it as like, is it the workplace? Like, is it the environment that the workplace fosters that is going to cause this to be an issue no matter what? In which case, then you have to evaluate, is it time to seek work elsewhere? Right?
It's always right to rage apply.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
like you don't have to let anybody know that you are searching or anything, but like seeing what is out there and seeing if there is something better out there never hurts.
Yeah.
Never hurts at all.
Yeah.
Even if it ends up being,
deserve good offers.
Yeah. Even if it ends up being kind of like the same field, but they pay you more. It's just like, well, if I'm getting paid more to put up with the same bullshit,
right?
I might as well take the higher pay.
Yeah. Jeez.
Right? So thank you. Thank you. I mean, I'm glad that it gave you some insight. Definitely be careful when you move forward. I mean, it's
investigate.
Keep as much as you can quiet. Like, even if you think you can trust a certain person in the workplace, you probably can't.
Yeah, just keep everything professional at the workplace, but still do the things like detox, do your own detox, but
especially if it comes to honestly, if it comes to switching jobs and you're applying to other places, even if you have a genuine friend in the workplace, do not tell that friend that you are looking. I know it might seem stupid, just but I can trust this person. It's just you don't know what they may accidentally slip to somebody.
Exactly. Even with the best intentions, right?
Yeah. They may not intentionally say it. They may just say something that hints at it, and the person is able to connect the dots.
That's where I'm at. Thank you so much, Lee.
Yeah. You can't, yeah.
It's
especially when it comes to in-work shit.
Work is so hard.
Yeah.
Work is rough.
Work is always hard.
It's so sucky.
Right? But yes, thank you so much for stopping by and getting a reading. Of course, you're more than welcome to stick around to see the rest of them. If what we do say resonates with you, of course, we appreciate the likes, comments, shares, all of those things that do help in TikTok's algorithm. We do appreciate the subscribe right now that we have going on. You can subscribe, and then once we get subscribers, we're going to be able to do subscriber-only streams and get maybe a few more additional perks going and stuff like that. I totally forgot to put it up, but We do, I need to add it to the link tree in my bio, but we do have a YouTube where we're going to be putting the VODs on afterwards as well.
We're going to be uploading the first bit soon.
So that, last week's needs to still go
Yeah.
up, and then we'll work on getting this week's up too. So they will go up eventually. So then if you ever want to go back and rehear what is talked about or whatever for your reading, then there's always a place for you to go back to reference. Yes, I think I found you on.
Oh my gosh! Oh, there will be.
Well, there's my personal channel, Mr. Waffle Mayo, which I haven't done anything with in a long time.
You have.
But you need to look at you and your friend. That is going to be the ours
tarot.
Yeah, where all the tarot uploads are going to go. But yeah, you can do that. So, additional besides that, if you guys want to donate stream gifts, you absolutely can. They are not required in order to get readings, but we do appreciate them. All of the proceeds from the stream gifts goes towards my kitty, Salem, and his vet bills and shit like that. Then we do also give you a pull from the Spiritual AF deck as an additional thank you for stream gifts. So, yeah. Aside from that,
We have Jason.
Jason, are you still hanging around? If anybody would like to get on the queue list, just comment your name and we will jot you down.
That's right.
Either of you. Okay, well, we get to play rock, paper, scissors then again. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You win.
We could have just stuck in like, rock, rock, rock.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Right? Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. Okay, so I did just show my decks. If you already know which deck you want to go with, you can interrupt me at any time, but I will show them again. So we got gorillas, as in the band. We do have unicorns. It's okay. I mean, how dare you call? We got mermaids.
I'm just thinking like the Mean Girls thing.
I'm sick. And then we got Alice in Wonderland that we just read from. Boo, you whore.
Wednesdays we wear pink. Oh yeah,
It's not. I mean, I'm not wearing pink. I never do. But this is more purple.
Is it? It looks pink to me.
It's because it's definitely Ariel.
Oh, it
So
looks pink.
It's light colored, so it's just like you could kind of argue it, but just because I know gorillas, just because I know it's Ariel and her colors are green and purple.
Yeah. Feel free to put in the comments, is Mr. Waffle Mayo wearing pink or purple?
It's a very, very pastel purple. Just like I'm sure, especially under some sunlights, I'm sure this like very pastel green you could argue is blue too.
Mm-hmm. It looks tealish to me. Now, what color would you call? You guys can't see this. What color would you call this?
Looks like a dark maroon.
That makes sense to me.
Looks pink, yeah. Like certain light, like it definitely looks. Like I can see even like looking on camera, it looks more pink on camera than it does in person.
Oh yeah, in person it has more spotty to it, I would say.
Well, you can see the texture of the fabric more, yeah.
Yeah, it looks really light on camera.
Yeah.
I always have this thing when Mr. Waffle Mayo does the art stream. Sometimes I'll look and then like for the paint making ones, it'll be like, what color is this?
Oh, this. And then you see them in person and you're like, it is so vastly different. And it's like, I know. Because I can see on camera how the camera reflects it. And it's just like, that is not the color in person. I think like one time I was showing like a green one that I had done. And on camera, it looked like very blue teal.
Yeah.
But then you saw it in person, you're like, holy crap, like, that is green in person.
Yeah.
Like it looks more emerald green in person. But on camera, it was like, no, this is teal/blue.
Hilarious.
Anyway, sorry. We were so distracted. Okay, so you have the 7 of clubs, the Jack of clubs, And then the 9 of diamonds. So the Jack is going to be referring to a person. When I read the description for that one, it's going to definitely be like usually I find the first person that pops into your head is who it's referencing. So I'm going to start here though with your 7 of clubs. 7 of clubs. Okay, so this is a card about business success, like things going well as far as work or as far as personal investments, personal strives to do like what you want to do long term as career type thing, that going well, but relationships not doing so well right now. Like it's kind of you're focusing on work and you're not focusing on personal relationships. That doesn't necessarily mean bad things, but it can also point to the fact that you are focusing on work so much to the point it is being a detriment to your personal relationships. Or could just be referring to you are just more career focused right now versus relationship focused, right? So that is just something to be aware of, more so in the sense of making sure that you aren't sacrificing relationships for the sake of career, because that is never good. Like you do need to strike a healthy balance. There are going to be periods of time where it is more of a, no, this is a career focused time and this is a love or relationship in general focus time. But overall, throughout your life, it should be a balance between the two. So it's just like, make sure you're not only focused on career. Yeah, I was just offered to run a project after being there for 6 months. Ooh.
That's exciting.
That is exciting. That is exciting for sure. Okay, so let's see. Again, whoever this talks about, your Jack of Clubs, is most likely, like the first person to pop into your head, it's most likely who it is, even if the description doesn't perfectly fit. And like when I say the first person, like even if it's you that pops into your head, then it's supposed to be directly referring to you, right? So the Jack of Clubs, somebody who is good-hearted, fiery, it refers to youth. That doesn't necessarily mean like literal youth, like teenager or young adult. It typically just means like somebody younger than you. They are relatively popular, so they have like a good outward, like they are more extroverted. It can point to admirer, doesn't always have to, but generally it's that person who's very outgoing, more extroverted. They probably build connections a lot faster, or they find it comes to them a lot more natural than maybe to you or to, in general, others. So they have that very personable, being able to make connections fairly easy. The 9 of diamonds, talking about, again, business success, talking potential like having to travel or having to move, like general kind of changes happening in your life. The work could lead to maybe you having to move. I don't know the type of nature you do or whatever. It can lead to things like that, or it can just say like, hey, these things are going really well. Before you dive head first in, maybe take a little bit of a vacation too. Like that's what the travel could point towards, of just like, make sure you have your head on straight and you are thinking clearly before you start like undertaking all of these things. Like you want to make sure that you have the right head space, and if you can take some time before you really get into the deep end, like definitely do it. So it can point to travel or taking a kind of vacation type break. It can point to moving. It can point to like new deals to do with business. So with all of those things, it's a card in general talking about life kind of changes and movements. I work for an airline. We have our first anniversary in October.
Wow.
We're going to Cuba.
Wow, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so definitely, like, I mean, a lot of changes, a lot of switch ups seem to be happening. I'm not seeing anything point towards anything bad. I mean, this person, like, it could be talking to you. Like, maybe that's how you got this new position, is that you did make you made connections fairly easily with the right people. Or it could be talking towards, like, maybe somebody at your workplace that you kind of, like, look up to a bit, or it could be, like, your superior. Like, I know a lot of times in certain businesses, the people in charge, they are in charge because they are the people that can make those quick personable connections quickly. Like, they have that outward personality. So it could refer to that too. I do talk to people easily.
Nice, that could be you.
So it could be referring to you too. I am not seeing anything super bad. Like, it seems like it's a kind of go... Queen of Hearts, I'm pretty sure that's the mom card.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that one's the mom.
You're being
affectionate person, very good nature, often refers to mom or mother figure. So yeah, that it can even literally refer to just mom friend. So, like, either way, you seem to have a lot of good energy around this. It seems like it is something good. The only kind of warning is just making sure you don't get too absorbed into work. You do still need to, like, be consciously aware of personable relationships and stuff. It's, like, okay to focus on work a little bit more than relationships, but don't let yourself only focus on work is kind of what it's pointing towards, right? It's like, that's never good. You're gonna quickly burn yourself out mentally if you do that. So yeah, there we go. So I hope that like, it pointed towards a few things and it helped a little bit. I don't see anything, like, cards didn't really mention anything bad. Again, the only thing was just don't only focus on work. It's not saying that it's bad to be more work focused right now. Just don't only focus on work. I lost my parents and my best friend's mom, who I grew up is going with on a trip. That helped a lot.
That is so sweet.
That is so sweet.
You have a lot of love surrounding you, and that's amazing.
That is very sweet. So yeah, if that is the case, it could be also, like, you can take it as a sign too of, like, that's your mom confirming she's proud of you.
Yeah.
So that's good.
People will be proud of you.
Yeah. She's proud and she's gonna be there. I mean, if she was, like, a very typical what you'd assign to a mother, then of course she's always going to be there watching over you, right?
Yeah. Like love doesn't leave, right?
Yeah.
Love is always there. For sure.
So yeah, I'm glad that spoke to you a little bit. If you would like to, of course, you can always stick around. You were bang on with his too. You were bang on it. That's my husband. Oh.
Wait, you're both watching us?
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Hey.
Family going on here. Yes.
That's so sweet.
That is so sweet. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you. Of course, you guys can stick around and see the other readings too. As I'm gonna go over our spiel again. Yeah. So as we say when we close off a reading, if what we do say resonates with you, we appreciate the likes, comments, shares, follows, all of those things that do help in TikTok's algorithm. We are going to also appreciate the subscribe. Once we get subscribers, we're going to start being able to do, like, subscriber only streams and stuff like that. So definitely, it's going to be appreciated. If you'd like to send stream gifts, you most definitely can. They are not required in order to get readings, but of course we still appreciate them. All the proceeds from stream gifts goes towards my kitty, Salem, and all of his vet bills and stuff like that. And then we do a pull from the Spiritual AF deck as an additional thank you. Whew. That being said, do we have any, what was that?
That was the last
person
in the queue. And now our queue is wide open. If you're in the stream and you want a reading, comment your name for a general reading.
Yeah, just comment your name and we'll put you down. We are going to be live for about another hour.
That's right. Get in line right now. If you want your reading. Like we had a few streams where it's just like it got so busy at one point but then it's like it became less busy later and it's just like
I feel
so hard.
I really do. I feel like once it reaches like an hour that we've been on, all of a sudden it's like it starts putting it out to more people.
Yeah, and suddenly we have like 50 people commenting.
We have not had that big of one for a long time.
I'm like not exaggerating a little bit. So
yeah. But yeah, all of a sudden it's just like our queue gets long, and then we were like, sorry guys, we have to go into the maybes.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you everyone for 3.6k likes. That is awesome.
Absolutely, thank y'all.
We're at my place today, so unfortunately there's no kitty sighting, but usually when we're at Mr. Waffle Mail's, we can sometimes give
I
you
can
a
show you the
glimpse.
demon.
The kitty demon named Salem, and he's super cute. He's solid black, and he has the loudest, cutest meows.
He can be very loud or very quiet.
Yeah, he can give like little meows too.
Yeah.
They're all really cute.
I usually see his tail.
Yeah,
yeah.
His little shoosh.
Yeah.
Just walks away. Unfortunately, he's not a lab cat, and in trying to turn him into a lab cat, it's not happening.
I don't think he ever will be.
Yeah. He's strong, independent kitty.
He's a strong, independent kitty until he needs food.
Yeah.
Or you go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Or you leave the house for more than 5 minutes.
Yes. There's like specific things that he will cry to you for.
Yeah.
Which is so funny.
Or you're a stranger. If you're a stranger, he just hides immediately. He's not a strong, independent cat.
He pretends he is.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, heaven forbid you ignore him. Yeah, exactly. I can, because like I work from home, typically, I can ignore him for very, very long periods of time. But the second that I acknowledge him, then I'm not allowed to ignore him anymore. So if we just if I don't acknowledge him or check on where he is, I can probably indefinitely ignore him throughout the day. But the second that I check where he is, or if I get up to get something, then I'm no longer allowed to ignore him.
your ignore quota is met.
It's like the second he realizes I'm ignoring him.
Lol. Oh my gosh. It's so funny. Like when a cat says Salem, like when he cries for attention and doing something on Mayo's computer, like I would just put my hand down.
Yeah.
And then just do one hand and the other hand, and then he comes and sniffs my fingers, and that's
yeah. And then you get to scratch his head and his chin.
Yeah, and then he's happy, and then he leaves me alone for a little bit.
So, just to go over, if anybody would like to get a reading, just comment your name and we will jot you down in the queue. Our queue is wide open right now. We will be live for about another hour. We don't do love and we don't do future readings. Love, just because we're going to tell you one of two things. If you are in a relationship and you are coming to strangers on the internet with cards for advice, you need to open up the lines of communication with your partner, not with us. If you aren't in a relationship and you're trying to find that person or want to know when that person is going to come into your life, you need to just keep working on yourself. Don't close any doors or anything. Keep yourself active in the community. Keep yourself active on dating apps or whatever. Try to meet new people, but also make sure you are working on yourself, your own mental well-being, your own mental health.
How to approach a healthy relationship. Yeah. What does one look like?
Yeah, you'd want to not bring unnecessary baggage. I've said before, everybody's going to bring baggage to a relationship. That is unavoidable. But you don't want to bring unnecessary baggage.
Yeah.
So you need to deal with any past traumas you've had so that you at least know your triggers or whatever to let them know.
Yeah.
And stuff, because that is how, that baggage is going to be there. But if you at least know, then you can let them know, and then you guys are able to avoid it a little bit, or if it pops up, they at least know why you're acting the way you are, and they can help.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then when they like talk to you about some issues, then you also know where it's coming from, right?
Yeah.
And that makes it so much easier
Exactly.
and so much healthier. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Yeah, for love, it's like, what do people usually ask? Does he love me?
Well,
Is he cheating? Am I going to get pregnant? We get that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to, like, is he cheating? My thought is, if you have the suspicion, there's a reason you have the suspicion.
Yeah, what? Yeah, just ask yourself where's that coming from, and yeah.
And then trying to analyze, is it biased because of past experiences I've had, or is it genuinely something is suddenly different?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when it comes to future, it's just like future is always changing, future is always in flux. There's no set, like, it's always going to change and shift depending on what you and those around you choose to do. So it's never something that we can for sure pinpoint, and we never want to make you feel like, oh, this is for sure going to happen.
No.
Because it's not.
Yeah, and cards are probability, people.
Yeah. And I personally have always found that, like, if it's a future reading and you are told what is most probable to happen, even if you consciously know that it's not guaranteed, subconsciously you may be thinking, oh, it's for sure. In which case, then all of a sudden you're acting as if it's a guarantee, and so you're not making the same choices, so then it doesn't happen.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just the future.
Yeah, it's like you change the probability by knowing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know it gets super confusing. And, like, honestly, my thought is, if you ever come across somebody who does do future type readings, it's not to say that those are wrong. I'm never going to say what anybody else's practice is wrong, because it's very individual and dependent. But my only advice is just know that whatever they're telling you is never set in stone. I think that's the biggest mistake that people end up making, is they think that it's set in stone, and it's not. You still always have individual choice, and you always have, like, your personal freedom to change. If you don't like it, then change what you do, how you react, and then it won't happen, right? So
yeah, future is the most unpredictable thing.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing, Lindsay? We are live for readings. Do you want us to put you down? Right now we are wide open. How did the aprons go? They went okay. I still have a lot of work to do. But we're getting there. I'm hoping tomorrow, it's supposed to be a little cooler tomorrow than what it has been here recently. So I'm hoping that tomorrow I can just do a long stretch of sewing.
Progress.
Yeah.
We love progress. Maybe you do some sewing on the airplane. Just kidding.
No, because all of it has machine. There's no hand sewing pieces.
Dang.
And even if there's hand sewing pieces, I don't think they would allow you to take a needle onto. Unless it's like medication needle, I don't think they're gonna allow me to take a sewing needle.
Yeah, I think it will be really hard to sew with a medication needle.
Yeah. Just a little. And they probably wonder what the fuck I'm doing. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Lindsay, you've been here before. You know a little bit of the drill. Who would you like to go with? Myself or my friend Liv the Musical?
I'm digging this tune. Yeah. I don't find a different one. This one is like...
Well, I mean, this is like an 8-hour long one, so I mean, like, we could use it for quite a while before.
It's a good...
Your choice as always.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Hello! Hi, Lindsay. So I'll be doing some readings for you. So let's take a look at our cards. So we have 3 decks of tarot cards to choose from. This is the Wild Unknown deck. and it has a lot of sort of nature, sort of goth-ish imagery, and I'll just put a little angelite crystal on it. Let me see, can I make it a little... I don't know, I feel like the comments are gonna be blocked. What if I did this?
I know, sometimes I feel like the comments get higher and higher. Like,
yeah. It's like the sea level. It's always rising.
And I think, well, too, I think a little bit depends on the phone. Because on this one, it's like here, and like largely same, but like it's like, I feel like the comments feel like they come up a little bit higher on your screen versus mine, and like your screen is smaller.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So...
yeah. And then we have the Careful Tarot. It's a nice collage style deck, really pretty. I'm gonna put a little citrine on it. This little citrine. And then I have Modern Witch Tarot, the famous Modern Witch Tarot, and then we have Rose Quartz. Yep, so let me know which deck you fancy, and I'll draw from it. Hi, Emily. Modern Witch, yes. Me too. Wear your Hide earrings that never turn the right way.
I mean, I think they do better now.
Oh yeah, you fixed it?
Yeah.
Yes.
But, yeah. I still think no matter what, you kind of only see them if you're looking at the side.
Yeah, that's true. Do you make earrings?
I could.
Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, how do I make it not so shiny? I have to tilt it this way. And then we have the Three of Wands. Krista, thank you so much for coming by. We love your presence. This one's come out, I'll take it. Oh, we have the Ten of Wands. Ooh. Okay. Wands of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, I feel like, okay, I think materially you're doing really well. Like, I feel like there's a sense of abundance, like you have everything you need, but yet you still feel like you're working so hard, like you're putting, like, I don't know if you feel like tired a lot, like, both of these cards talk about like a lot of work, like you're putting so much effort into it. And the Ten of Wands especially, it talks about almost having too much on your plate. Like you're like this girl you see, like she's carrying so much, like there's like no one around and she's like carrying all this stuff, all the sticks, like, you know. And so I don't know, like like there's a feeling of overwork, like this is giving. So I don't know if like that's something that you want to just pay attention to a little bit.
I am a single mom, that is accurate.
Okay, you are taking on a lot. Okay, yeah, so
and kind of unavoidably so.
Right, like, okay, so let's look at this. Okay, 10 of Wands, taking on responsibility, duty, heavy burdens, not being able to delegate. Okay, so that is really tough. Just know that it's never like it's not supposed to be one person's job to raise like a kid or kids. So kid, like it takes a village, right? So like I would say like think about what your village is or who's in your village, and see if like see who's safe to like be allowed in your life, because I do see like there's a lot of abundance, and I feel like there is like this is not the 10 of pentacles. 10 of pentacles is more like family. This is the 9. So like even though it's not the 10, I feel like there is an abundance of things. So why don't we so a time of prosperity, financial stability, material comfort, solitude. Okay, so yeah, like maybe you feel like, okay, like I'm doing fine, like everything is fine kind of, but like, okay, there really is a duality here, because there's this and then there's this, right? So like it's like maybe you're telling us that, oh yeah, I'm fine, like
I do all right financially.
yeah, so like but like maybe like I think the cards are saying, pay attention to the part of you that feels stressed or tired, because it's such a big responsibility, right? It's so much work. So just like don't discount the moments when things are difficult. Okay, like it's great that we have this, but also like you can have both, and that's okay. So let me just read out the 3.
It's almost invoking imagery in my brain of like the dog sitting in the burning house. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, it's fine. But sometimes you do need help, right? And then yeah, it's nice to have all the things, right? So like use them well, and then like make sure you're also involving like resources are also, it's like human resources, but like yeah, like who can you call on for help, like kind of thing too. Ghostbusters. Or Ghostbusters when the ghosts are making right. 3 of Wands. Oh yeah,
I'm starting to delegate more work to other people. I get a lot of work thrown at me.
Yeah, like, I'm glad. Yeah, now see if you can like delegate some of these sticks. I think that would be great. And then the 3 of Wands. Okay, brink of success, inspiration, enthusiasm. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, 3 of Wands. Okay, 3 of Wands. This book is a little different than how I usually do. But yeah, so I feel like there is a sense of what I think it's 3 of Wands. It's not 4 of Wands, and it's not the 6 of Wands. So 4 and 6, I feel has more of like, yay, we've made it, celebrate. But this one is like, I think this one does acknowledge that you are doing good work, okay? So like it's acknowledging that you are doing a lot of good work for like and to a good end. So that is good. And then I also see this card as like you're bringing your vision to life, and that is amazing. And so there's like this kind of very like it's like you're like this person is looking towards like a landscape, and then I feel like they're what are they doing? They're probably I feel like they're kind of dreaming, they're like optimistic, they're seeing possibilities, and I feel like that is what you're doing, and that is great. So like so it's like you're doing good. Don't forget to delegate your sticks, and then you've got what you need. You have what you need. Don't be afraid to use them, and that kind of stuff. So hopefully that helps. Like this is pretty cool. So yay!
Yes, I understand. That makes sense.
Really glad.
So and like personal, just side note for me in the general, like if you can't do something, like if you feel like you're failing in a certain area because you are a single mom and you're trying to do it all, remember kind of what Liv said earlier of just like it's not ever supposed to be just one person looking after kids. So don't get mad at yourself if you feel like you made a shortcoming somewhere.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen if you're trying to tackle everything by yourself.
So, and like everyone makes mistakes, including parents.
Give yourself a little bit of a leeway for the fact that you are trying to do everything on your own right now.
Yeah, and that's going to help the kids sort of set a good example for the kids too, for when they mess up.
Yeah.
You know? And then you are on the right path. Yeah. That is right. Yeah.
So thank you so much, Lindsay. And absolutely, Liz, I do have you written down now as well on our queue list. So thank you. And yeah, Lindsay, you, of course, are welcome to stick around and see more of the readings and everything that we have going forward. You are welcome. And as we like to say when we close off a reading, if what we do say resonates with you, we appreciate the likes, comments, shares, all of those things that do help in TikTok's algorithm. We do also appreciate the subscribe, as we have that going now. And once we get subscribers, we will be able to start doing things like subscriber-only streams and stuff like that.
We have maybe emojis.
Yeah, I want to get those worked on eventually. Just for now, I know for sure that once we get subscribers, we will start implementing like subscriber-only stuff. The easiest one to do is streams that we can promise.
Yeah, special streams.
Yeah. So, yeah, we can do that. If you want to do stream gifts, you absolutely can. They aren't required in order to get readings, but of course, we appreciate them. All the proceeds from the stream gifts goes towards my kitty, Salem, and his vet bills, and we do give a spiritual AF pull as well as an additional thank you for those. So, next person up is Emily. Are you still hanging out with us?
Emily.
In the meantime, if you would like to get on the queue list, just comment your name and we will jot you down.
Oh, hi!
Yeah, hi! Okay, so Emily, you get to pick who you'd like to go with. There's myself or my friend here, Liv the Musical. It is your choice. And so everybody is aware too, we will be live for approximately 45 more minutes.
We can fit in a few. Mr. Waffle Whale!
Sure. Hello. Hey. I know you may have already seen my decks, so if you already know which one you want to go with, just interrupt me at any time. But I will still show the art. So we have gorillas, as in the band. Lovely ace at the bottom there. We have unicorns. We've got mermaids. And we've got Alice in Wonderland.
It's very cool. I'm going to put a crystal on your cheek.
That's a little cool.
Sorry, that's super random.
I mean, yeah. It's okay. That's what I always end up doing at home. I have like my obsidian stone by my desk, and I roll and fiddle that around. Last one, Alice. Absolutely.
Oh, this one, the string is really cool. Okay, put it away.
Ooh, that one was. I mean, it just feels nice because it's so freaking hot.
Right. Do you get any of this fan action, or are you just cooking?
It's okay. I'm okay. Because we're not like up and running around, so it's like it's not so bad just sitting still.
I'm going to change the fan so it's in the background. Right, I am not monitoring.
How dare she?
I'm getting the fan up.
What is this? Trying to make me feel more comfortable?
Well, there's going to be a light on. Does it? Okay, does
No,
it?
right now my body's blocking the fan completely. So you got number 32. Belong to your own dream. So yeah, again, if numbers mean anything to you, number 32.
Are you getting any of this?
Yeah. So set that there, and then we'll read from the book. So it comes with a passage from the book, and then like the full divination. If I need more information, we just continue to pull from the top. So I wasn't dreaming after all, she said to herself. Unless we're all part of the same dream. Only I do hope it's my dream, and not the Red King's. When Alice plaintively wonders whether everything she is experiencing is part of a great dream, the same dream, shared between many beings, she wonders whose dream it is. Just like Alice, we ought to be concerned about whether we are living our own dreams, making our own mistakes, following our own hearts, or simply doing what others believe we ought to, and thus making their mistakes, following what their hearts think is best for us, and living their dreams. Some people and some societies are very powerful. Our culture would like us to live a certain dream, to marry, have a home, a good job, and die peacefully. But that dream, the collective dream, or the dream of our rulers, may not be your dream. This card asks you to remember your own dreams and wishes, and to set about making sure that they come true. Many people will encourage you to head in a certain direction and live in a particular way that nearly everybody will agree is right. But you have your own dream, a life in which you will live a little more adventurously and strangely than many others. It is time to break free of the collective and live within your own dream. Belong to the one and only magical soul that is you. So definitely a card about, hey, maybe it's not saying that everything within society or everything within what collectively we say is the ideal life to have. It's not saying that everything within that is wrong, but it is saying maybe there are aspects that don't fit with what you want, and it's maybe time to evaluate those. How do you want to make your life a little bit individual and set apart from others? Right? And it's saying maybe it's time to think about that. Maybe it's time to implement your own personal happiness, your own personal twist into how things go. So yeah, you are rare and free.
Ooh. Hey,
These
these
two match very well, even in like, yeah. So yeah, you are rare and free. There are not many like you, and this is number 38, if numbers mean something. So that one is a little bit more like clear as what the card is saying. I'll read the short. A struggle to find where people accept you or where you truly fit in. You must learn to embrace all that makes you different and become the very best you that you can possibly be. You will never be defined, so refuse to comply. Explore the frontiers of the human spirit and know how precious and rare you truly are. So two cards very pointedly pointing towards becoming your own individual person and embracing what makes you different and set apart from the others. And this one especially pointing to like not being afraid to implement that into your life, to show it, to be like, hey, no, this is who I am. This is how I want my life to be different than the overall what people say. What's the number of the second? Sorry, I didn't hear. 38.
Oh, that's a pretty card.
So this is number 38, and this is number 32. And together, I feel like they really do match very well.
They're so pretty.
They are so pretty. So yeah, it's there. It seems like you got, in my mind, it's pointing towards there's a lot of work that needs to be done as far as personal acceptance, and to personal acceptance to the point where you're not afraid to show it. You may have personally accepted it within your own mind, but you're still maybe a little bit afraid to act on it in the public, to let everybody know. Like maybe friends and family you're not so worried about, but everybody on the large scale of society, maybe you're still a little bit apprehensive. I wouldn't say maybe afraid, but I'd say more apprehensive towards truly embracing everything that makes you different.
Yeah, I had that thought today. Why didn't I do like everyone, go to school, have a job? Yeah,
Because it's not for everyone, and
yeah, you're allowed to have your own path.
Yeah,
It's life is not a competition.
no.
Yeah.
The only measure of success you should look at is, am I better than I was yesterday? If you are better than you were yesterday, if you are better than you were a week ago, if you were better than you were 10 years ago, that's fine.
Yeah, like I feel like for example, I look back on my past and then like I think outwardly, like every people looking at, just I mean, as quantitatively might say, oh, you are so successful, you are accomplishing all these things at a really young age. But then I am objectively a much better person and much more mature than I was then. So, you know, like other people's metrics and judgments aren't always correct, and that is really a product of our society.
But I still always have the thought in my head, you're late from everyone. I feel that. I really, really do. I'm 32 and I don't even have a boyfriend. And it's like both of my sisters were married before they were 25.
With kids.
And they both have kids, yeah. And both of them were married before they turned 25. And they're both older than me, but it is one of those things where it's just like, I feel like I should have all these things done by now and I don't.
But those are made up.
But yeah, those are made up. Those are made up timelines. That is a self-imposed timeline. Even within my own family, nobody has ever told me that I need to get married by X time or anything like. Nobody has ever said that. It's a thing that I have observed within like immediate and extended family, and then I've imposed that onto myself.
Exactly.
So it's a made up thing.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like, acknowledge it and acknowledge that it's made up.
Just blame it on COVID. Right? Yeah.
Many things are COVID.
I'm 25 and wow, I feel you.
Sure.
So not ready for all of that.
No, yeah. And then, like, just imagine, like, I'm thinking my mom at my age, like, she was pregnant with me and everything, married and all, but, like, did that make her happier? Like, did hitting all these landmarks make her happier? I don't think so.
Yeah, my mom at my age, her and dad were planning to have me.
Yeah.
And I'm the last kid.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
So like, they were making plans of when or if they should have a third kid.
Yeah. Yeah, like everyone's life is so different and it's determined by your context. And then so like there is a desire to make comparisons, but just don't let that make you carry you off too much. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I love it. You're welcome. And like I've tried, and like I say, like if you ever find yourself going through that comparing yourself to others rabbit hole, that downward spiral, because it can be horrible. Try as soon as you catch yourself and realize that's what you're doing, try and just be like, no, I'm going to look at my life. Am I better than I was last year? Am I, that is what you measure your success by.
And then you overcome challenges, and it's like overcoming those challenges count, and then other people don't necessarily go through those challenges, so you can't compare yourself.
And like, even if today you're feeling worse or you feel like you're in a worse place than you were yesterday, that doesn't necessarily mean you're worse than yesterday and that you're bad. It's just know that there's always going to be fluxes within the good and the bad times still, and just look at what you have gone through and be like, I am in a better place. Like, I have learned all of these lessons, so that means I'm better than I was.
Yeah. How far you've come.
Just mind your own business when it comes to... Yeah, it's just... You're good. Just measure your success by how far you have come, not how far you are compared to others.
Yeah.
So yeah. Thank you for stopping by, Emily, and getting a reading. I do hope that it gave you a little bit of insight and an uplifting message. It seems like it, so that is good to hear. Of course, you're more than welcome to stick around and hear the rest of the readings for the night. So, as I like to say when we close off a reading, if what we do say resonates with you, we appreciate the likes, comments, shares, follows, all of those things that do help in TikTok's algorithm. Of course, we are also going to appreciate the subscribe as well now that we have going. Once we start getting subscribers going, we will be implementing things. The easiest thing is going to be subscriber-only streams. Those are for sure. We will start to implement those. And then... Oh, stream gifts. If you want to donate stream gifts, you absolutely can. They are not required in order to get readings, but of course we do appreciate them. All of the proceeds from the stream gifts goes towards my kitty, Salem, and all of his vet bills and just a fund for him. And we do give a pull from the Spiritual AF deck as an additional thank you. I'd come chilling with you. You have such a... Oh, thank you!
That's so sweet!
We try. We do try.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, that being said, the next person, Liz, are you still hanging out with us? If anybody would like to get on the queue list, just comment your name and we will jot you down. No need to try.
We're back every Wednesday. I'm not going to be here for 2 Wednesdays, sadness, but I'll be back in September.
Yeah, it'll just be me next week Wednesday.
And the week after.
And next week Wednesday might be a little bit of a shorter stream just because I will have basically just got back from traveling myself.
Yeah, you're going somewhere and you're coming back.
Yeah.
Just to be able to stream with you guys.
Not at all, because I don't want to be visiting family any longer than I have to be. Liz, who would you like to go with? You get to pick. There's myself or my friend here, Live the Musical. It is your choice. Black glasses, Liv!
Yeah! You get this, you get this, you get that. Oh, sorry. Hi, Liz! We have a couple decks of cards to choose from, so I'll show them to you. We have Modern Witch Tarot. Ooh, shiny. And then we have a rose quartz on top of it. We have the Wild Unknown. It has a lot of like nature / God images. It's very pretty. And then we have the Angelite on top of it. And then we have Careful Tarot, beautiful collage deck. And then we have the Citrine on top of it.
I just thought that might be a little easier to see them.
Yeah, it looks great. Nature, yeah, for sure. Okay, we'll put it here.
It's such a pretty stone. It's like almost like a grayish purple.
Yeah. Well, I see it. It looks blue to me, but it looked blue.
It's kind of periwinkle.
Yeah. Oh, we have the Ace of Wands. So powerful. See, this one isn't as shiny. I guess it's maybe the finishing is more matte.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a different, like, even these two have different shines.
Yeah.
And they're both playing cards.
Just like really cool how finishing changes stuff.
Oh, yes, the list is still open. We could probably take one more for sure after this.
I definitely think so. And my mics are not that long usually. We have the Empress, but in reverse. So this is the reverse. It's the upright. It's kind of pretty. There's two. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Ooh, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh, Nine of Pentacles earlier from someone else with a different deck. And then we have the Nine of Cups. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Okay. It's very powerful. We have an Empress in reverse. Okay. Okay, so I feel like overall there's like it's very energetic. Like this is kind of like a pretty impressive spread I've had for you, Liz. Like the Ace of Wands is all about like a burst of energy. It's like whoo, like just think of like spring and then everything is growing and then just like so vibrant, like so lively. It's like if you're like it's kind of like you're starting a lot of new things. You're like getting your chores done every day. Like you're like checking everything off your to-do list, and then you're coming up with all these ideas for stuff.
Oh, I just cleansed.
Yeah, so, like this is like, oh yeah, I'm getting shit done. I'm coming up. I have so many ideas for stuff. I can't wait to get started. Like like really just like bustling. Like this card be bustling, you know, like, you know, so it's kind of cool. And I'm gonna go ahead and talk about like these other two cards. Okay, so I feel like since you have both the cups and the pentacles, I feel like both emotionally and materially you're doing really well. Like with the Nine of Pentacles, it's like there's a real sense of abundance, like you have everything you need and you're comfortable. And with the Nine of Cups, like I feel like you're feeling good emotionally, and they have the moon symbol on. Okay, I'm going to read the guidebook because, like, you know,
Side note, just personally with the moon symbol, it just makes me, there's a new moon coming up soon.
Pay attention to the moon. Yeah, so
new moon is like great for setting intentions for new things.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, maybe there's like, if it's an area that you want to, like, you know, call into your life or manifest more, then it's just like setting intentions always good, right? So 9. Usually moons in cards talk about intuition, so follow your intuition. But with intuition also comes with listening to what you want, setting intentions. So they really,
I'm going crazy on my manifestations.
Yeah, and I think manifestation goes well with this, right? Like this could be like you're manifesting a lot, which is always cool. We love that. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. No. Nine of Cups. Okay. Bliss, harmony. Last, the card of wishes come true. The Nine of Cups appears. Worries and fears are cast away. New phase of peace and harmony awaits. World seems to be granting your wishes. Good health, happiness, and even material gains. Material gains are heading your ways. Enjoy. Okay. So this is kind of cool. Like, I think most of these here shows that you are actually enjoying like all the things that you have, which is good. Like these things are sparking joy. Okay. So that is cool.
I claim that.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so this is kind of cool, super positive. Like, yeah, like getting shit done, enjoying shit. Yes, we love that. Okay, but we have the Empress in reverse, and we have to talk about this. So I feel like, okay, let me just. Okay, I'll just read the card the way it is in the upright. So let me. The Empress is the mother, the goddess of the tarot. Her energy encompasses all that is warm, fertile, creative, and sensual in the world. Her strength comes from being gentle and compassionate and loving without binding. When this card appears, it's pointing to either a maternal relationship in your life or the side of yourself that wants to love more. The Empress also suggests it's time for you to reconnect with nature. Go outside tonight and find a moon. Well, if it's new moon, you might have trouble finding it. Maybe follow your intuition. It's another way we can go about it. It's just that I broke the cable. I've been abusing it, so it's fine. It'll just be slower. Yeah. So I feel like, okay, so we have all these really positive messages, like you have all these like generative ideas, you're getting a lot of things done, like you're enjoying a lot of material abundance. Like maybe this is a caution, be like okay, make sure you still take care of yourself and then you take care of those around you. And then just maybe just paying more attention, like how are you showing up to yourself, for yourself, like are you being compassionate to yourself and to others?
Got
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, like maybe how can you grow beyond this point, right? Like you can't just stop here, right? Because like it's the ace of wands. There's still a starting energy, so where can you go from here? Maybe. So I think where you can go from here is like how can you extend yourself out to others, and how can you extend that same warmth and love to yourself as well, like really taking on that maternal role for the greater good. And also yeah, and then about nature, like being inspired by nature, how nature takes care of all of us, like all life, right? And then also intuition, like there is that moon symbol, like sort of intuition, and like what are your intentions, what are you intending to do with all this goodness in your life, kind of like how are you directing your positive energy, right? Yeah, and then yeah, like don't limit yourself, don't stop yourself, right? Like I feel like when things go wrong, it's usually when we stop, like we're satisfied with the status quo and we just stagnate, right? So in order to not stagnate, it's important to grow, right? So like really having that growth mindset, I think would be really cool. Yeah, so it's my reading for you. I hope that helps. Wow.
It resonates so well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for the reading. You're welcome.
We appreciate our readers too, or our readees.
We appreciate our readers too.
I can't speak clearly.
But yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for getting a reading. Of course, you're more than welcome to stick around to see the rest of it as well, too, right?
Oh, the Wally is...
Yes. You're the next person. But yeah, I'm going to go over our little spiel in between, but you are the next person. If you already know who you want to go with, you can jot it down in the chat. So, as we like to say when we close off a reading, if what we do say resonates with you, we appreciate the likes, comments, shares, follows, all of those things that help with TikTok's algorithm. We do also appreciate the subscribe. Now, if you would like to subscribe and support us better, we will then start implementing subscriber-only streams and stuff like that as well. Which is just going to give probably more longer form, because it'll be fewer people, so it'll probably be longer form readings or more dedicated time, essentially, towards that.
Yeah, thank you for the share.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, if you would also like to stream gift, you can. You do not have to give gifts in order to get a reading, but they are still definitely appreciated. All the proceeds that I earn from the stream gifts goes towards Salem, my kitty, and just his vet bills and all that shit. And we do give a poll from the Spiritual AF deck as an additional thank you for stream gifters. So yeah, you can absolutely do that. It doesn't matter. You both are the best. Oh, thank you. Well, welcome to our stream where when you don't know who you want to go with, we play rock, paper, scissors. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Alrighty. Okay, so I'm going to show all the decks that I work with, and then you just pick whichever one you want. So we've got gorillas, as in the band. We've got unicorns. I've got mermaids. And we've got Alice in Wonderland. So your choice. If you need to see the art again, you can also let me know. Unicorns? Absolutely.
Is that the first unicorn?
For tonight, yeah. got the 7 of Clubs, the Ace of Diamonds, and the 4 of Hearts.
Tilt it down.
Yeah.
Oh, these are so pretty.
So we're going to start here with your 7 of Clubs.
So the black and white.
Yeah, there's a black unicorn and a white unicorn. So overall, I mean, like, just my first impression, I don't remember exactly what the cards say, but my first impression is just like, there's shit going on.
Shit is going
7 of
down.
Clubs.
Yeah, the picture looks a little stormy.
Yeah. So there is a project or something that you're focusing a lot of your time and energy on. While this will lead to success in that area, be aware of relationships taking too much of a back burner. It is okay to focus on your work, but make sure you are not so closed off that you forget that which is most important to you. In terms of love, it can indicate that now is just not the time. So, yeah. Why I say that, like, with the unicorns, this is a little bit, definitely more of a heavier card, because we had this pop up, I think, with the gorillas. But for me, with the unicorns, it's more of a heavier card. It's got that imagery of the unicorns being left behind on Noah's Ark. So just, like, that project being so big and everything that there are like, important, magical, wonderful people or relationships that are almost completely ignored, like they're forgotten about. Like, you disembark and are like sheltered from the storm so much that you lose, like you run the risk of losing these relationships completely, right? So that is why, to me, it's way more of a heavier card, noting that, like, it's a card that comes to you saying, hey, be aware that you are doing this. Whereas with when it comes up with the gorillas, it's more of a, be aware that you run the risk of this happening. But with this one, it's more of a, no, this is like there are some areas in personal relationships that are being neglected. And if you don't figure that out, and if you don't reassess, you run the risk of completely losing, like, some important people. Like, it can run the risk of, like, destroying that relationship, right? So your Ace of Diamonds is unicorn. So a unicorn bringing a good message of changes and fortune. You needing to look to the future and focus on what you truly would like to have in your life and the direction that you're headed in. So maybe this big project or this new thing that you're wanting to work on or whatever it's not truly what your heart desires. Like, it's what's going to get you ahead in finances or work life or whatever, but it's not going to be what your heart truly wants, right? So it's just like this unicorn telling you, maybe it's time to evaluate, and what I'm doing right now in my life, is it truly leading me down the direction that I want to go, right? So kind of being aware that there's that kind of warning of just like, it's time to evaluate some things. Maybe how you are tackling things is incorrect, and you need to figure out really what you want, right? Your 4 of Hearts. This is a unicorn that is yearning for something to change. So, yeah, a unicorn yearning for something to change. It is looking to the past as if something in its present situation is missing from its past. It is a good time to change things up. Do something purely just for the fun of doing it for yourself, no other reason. You need a break from your everyday routine in order to get out of that rut. Reconnect with a passion or something that you haven't done in a while. Find that lacking thing. So, yeah, we've got a whole, like, to me, it seemed like what I'm reading from this is you've been very, very heavily focused so much on the work or the financial side of life that you haven't been fostering good relationships, or they've taken a very heavy backseat, and it's left you feeling like things are missing, like you've lost or lost a piece of yourself, or there's like something from your past that you used to find such passion in that you no longer do, just because there's been so much focus on work that you can't take time to truly just unwind and relax in something you love, because you're always then going to be thinking, I should be doing XYZ, instead of truly letting yourself unwind.
We have basically, as you may know, I told you I applied to my permanent residency. I'm lost somewhere thinking about it all the time.
Okay.
That is hard, and that's solely understandable.
It can be solely totally understandable. And yeah, you have that strong yearn for change, for something to change, for something to shift. But while you're waiting to hear back from all of this, it's also saying, like, don't let yourself be stagnant. Like, find what those passions are, let yourself truly unwind, and like try and find something where you can disconnect and just enjoy yourself again, not thinking about the woulda, coulda, shoulda, or the will this happen, won't it happen, or I should be doing XYZ to make it happen better, or things like that. It's like let yourself truly, not focus so much on the future. There is this card saying, like, you need to evaluate where you want to go and make plans in that direction. But it's also, part of that is going to be more so what your soul wants, right?
And not getting the piece of paper should never be the thing that determines your whole life on it.
Yeah.
Like, there is, like, trust. You have to trust that there is a way to make it work, make life work, no matter what. Yeah.
Because, like, if you're constantly waiting for that paper or that one thing to happen, and then you're like, oh, then my life can move forward. But what if it doesn't? Like, as hard as that may be to think about, it is, though, what if it doesn't? Like, if I put all of my eggs in this one basket, what happens if somebody comes over and, like, stomps on all the eggs? Mm-hmm. Right? It's the need to always make sure that you're still moving forward, even if there's maybe not a huge amount of things, like, that you can do until you know
the results.
Yeah, until you get the results or whatever. There are still some things that you can do, right?
Yeah, and I should have understand that I cannot change anything. I should enjoy living my present.
Yeah, absolutely. So there is still a need of just like, okay, make some plans. Like, okay, there's maybe not a lot that you can control right now, but you can sit and be like, okay, what are some things that I can do for if I don't get the result that I want? And then that way, you have that feeling of, if you don't get the result that you want, you still have a plan. It's just like everything, like, okay, yeah, absolutely, I don't, what I for sure wanted to do next isn't going to happen right now, but that doesn't mean that there's still not things that I can do to move forward. That doesn't mean that there's still not maybe a different path or a different route that I have already taken contingency plans into. So it's starting to take some of those eggs out and putting them in different baskets, right?
Yeah, life is not over. Like, no matter what happens, life is not over. You have to keep living it to the fullest.
Exactly. So yeah, there is still, like, you still have to think and make some plans, make some different arrangements, or still let yourself feel like you're moving forward, even if you're not, right?
Yeah. Like, you're always moving forward. Like, I feel like even if you don't get this PR, the world is so big. Like, there's so many places that will welcome you, right?
Yeah, and like, even if, like I said, like, even if you don't get what you want, like, you still doing something, sitting and planning for any sort of contingencies is still going to allow you to feel like you're moving forward. And that will help you feel better and probably alleviate some stress, which will help you be able to probably enjoy your activities that do truly let you unwind a little bit better. So take some time to maybe do some planning, and take some time to try and, like, let yourself truly disconnect when you go to do something that you enjoy, right?
Thank you so much for the likes.
Yeah, thank you. And you're absolutely welcome for the guidance.
Yeah.
We will always try and be here to offer, both tell you what the cards say and offer our own kind of advice and insight. We can't ever truly speak exactly what you should do, but we will offer from our personal perspectives what advice we think we can give, right? So, and of course, we're always going to wish you the best and hope that you hear back soon, because I know staying on the fence and not really knowing for sure is stressful.
Immigration is stressful, and immigration can be so frustrating. Like, friends who are going through it, like, I was in the US and it was really hard. Like, it's so hard, and then you're doing such a brave thing, and then just knowing that, like, life is more than the bureaucracy, right? These bureaucracies are so stupid, but, like, you know, there's more to life.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Thanks for the follow, Sophia. So yeah, I'm super glad that we were able to give you some insight and a little bit of advice and maybe relieves a little bit of stress for tonight at least. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for getting a reading from us, of course. So as we like to say when we close off the reading, if what we do say resonates with you, we appreciate the likes, comments, shares, follows, all of those things that do make TikTok's algorithm love us. We do also now have running the subscriptions, so you can absolutely do that. To support us as well. It's just a better way to support us. And then we will start to be able to do things like subscriber only streams and other things eventually. Other perks, yeah, exactly. So, of course, we do also accept stream gifts. They are not required in order to get readings, but we do accept them. All of the proceeds go towards my kitty, Salem, and his vet fund. And then we do also give a pull from the Spiritual AF deck as an additional thank you for stream gifters. And I think
we got 2 rounds of gifts from Sophia, so I will pull 2. Is it from this side?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, this side. So, your first card says, Sophia, you can learn a lot of good lessons from a few fucked up people. Oh, wow. Okay, take a moment and think about a major lesson in your life. Did your heart get broken? Did a friend betray you? Did that heartbreak teach you not to settle? Are you resilient and self-reliant now because you had to be? Think of the fucked up person who taught you that lesson. Send them a little cosmic thank you. Gratitude for the lesson you learned does not excuse what they did. It does help you avoid going back in for the same lesson with a new fucked up person. Go. Okay, yeah. Definitely don't go back to the same fucked up person. Oh my goodness. We don't need more accidents than we can avoid.
Right.
Okay, and then your next card says, you can't save your face and your ass at the same time. Sorry to break that news to you. Is there a secret you're keeping? Is ego keeping you from being honest about who you really are? Go ahead and admit where you fucked up. Seriously, we're all fucked ups in some way. Welcome to being human. You do you, baby. Okay? So I hope you like those cards.
Okay, thank you for that.
And then, Sophia, I think you'll be the last person today. We'll finish off. So, who would you like a reading from?
You get to pick, and then this is going to be the last reading for tonight. If you were hanging around thinking about getting a reading, you can always give a follow. We go live every Wednesday to give some readings. Do you want to do this one? Because I've won almost every rock paper scissors tonight. So
all right, Sophia, I will pull your cards tonight. I'll show you the decks. So first of all, we have the beautiful Careful Tarot. It's a beautiful collage. So our deck. So we'll have the citrine on top of it. Okay. Next we have Modern Witch Tarot. And then we have the Rose Quartz. And finally we have Wild Unknown. This is like nature and goth imageries, kind of. And then we have Angelite Crystal on top of it. So let me know which deck you like the best, and then we'll pick from there. Middle. cards here. Let's see what we got. Ooh, we have the Chariot. So powerful. I love this Chariot card. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, and then we have the Emperor. Okay, we have 3 major Arcana cards. Kind of cool. All right. Let's see.
I'm trying to get like an in between and it keeps like dripping way down or way up.
Well. Okay. Yeah. Like really powerful energy. Like with these cards, the Chariot. It's basically like you're sort of pushing through your issues like a champ. Like this girl on a motorcycle. Like she looks fierce AF, which is very cool. And so yeah, I think you're handling your issues like, well, looking great, kind of like you're really like, you know, pushing through it. You're not letting anything get in your way. You're unstoppable, all of that good stuff. So yeah, like, and then yeah, it definitely takes a lot of energy and courage and everything. So kudos.
True?
Yeah, you're just like, I'm just like having this vision of you like with the heels, like just, you know, crunching down the bones of your enemies, like style.
We're
like,
made for walking.
Yeah, it's like that kind of energy. So it's kind of cool. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like, you know, Wheel of Fortune always comes for me when I feel like, okay, the outcome's not certain. So like, unfortunately, the outcome's not certain at this point. But I feel like whatever it does, like you're going to, like yeah, you'll be able to learn your lesson from it, kind of stuff. So like yeah, it's kind of like things are still in flux a little bit.
I'm laughing a little bit at the subtitles. It said Wheel of Fortress.
Wheel of Fortress, Wheel of Fortune. Does it work? It's a wheel. Such a delay.
It says Will Fortress, Will Fortune work.
God.
Gotta love TikTok automatic subtitles.
God. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is, yeah, so I feel like, yeah, just like you're kind of, yeah, the future is very much still in flux. So like, just like keeping your fingers crossed, keep putting your effort in, and then yeah, it's just like, when you hit a low, it's not going to be that way forever, you know? And when you're in your high, enjoy it. Enjoy the ride while it lasts.
She says,
Yeah,
I am.
Love that. Okay, so these are the, like, sort of, okay, since you get all major arcanas, I think these are just major energies. So, and then we have the Emperor, which is pretty positive. So I have a hunch that this Wheel of Fortune will ultimately make you feel pretty good, but you know, like future is always in flux. So like, don't think like this is all probability, right? It's not, you know, don't think this is set in stone, because it's not. Okay, like I think like if there's any message, it's not set in stone. But overall, I feel like, you know, like I feel like maybe the Emperor has to do with the Chariot energy, like you're the Emperor on the Chariot, maybe. Like, so the Emperor talks about having it together. It talks about you're in charge of the, like, having control of the things around you, and being able, like, calling the shots, you know. And then Yeah, and just like it's like thinking of, like maybe you're thinking very logically and logistically, and then you're making sure all your ducks are in a row. So yeah, so these are kind of the major themes that are going on for you right now. I feel like that's what the cards are saying. So is there any advice from these? I feel like these are just, like a description of what you're going through generally. So I feel like, yeah, just be open minded about this Wheel of Fortune. And then, like, I feel like you're someone who enjoys, feeling like you have control over things. So, yeah, I'm just being aware of that. And that's cool.
She says, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that's my reading for you. Yeah. Hopefully that helped. And then there was another round.
Yes, thank you very much. You're very welcome.
So welcome.
And yes, you did give another round of gifts, so I pulled
yeah.
another spiritual AF card for you. And another one. Good Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Just all of them. Okay, so here's your other cards. Oh God, my hair.
I'll try to match your hair.
What's the best that could happen? You're probably super good at thinking up worst case scenarios. You can project all your fears onto a big screen and play them out in vivid color. You can actually feel the anger of the confrontation you haven't yet confronted, the loss of the job you haven't yet been fired from, the death of the star you haven't yet dared shoot for. Try putting those superpowers to work in the opposite direction. Imagine how you could be surprised and delighted in those same scenarios. Daydream instead of worry. Say hey to that cool ass shit.
Wow. Don't forget to do that.
And then once you start laughing, you start healing. If you aren't ready to laugh at what's going on, then laugh at something else. The internet is filled with ridiculous shit. Laugh at that, or call up your best friend who you trust to make fun of your problems in that loving, brutal way that they do. Just start laughing. You don't have anything to lose. So yeah, thank you. Thanks for all those gifts. And thanks for tuning in and getting a reading. This is going to be, we are at the end. We are going to be saying goodbye now. So thanks to everybody in general who tuned in, who got readings. We are glad and hopeful that at least we were able to give some good advice along the way and give some people some directions. So that's always kind of what our end goal ends up being, right? So thank you so much again. So big thanks to everybody who got readings from us tonight. So that's to Amelia, Krista, Jason, Lindsay, Emily, Liz, Harjot, and Sophia. So thanks to all of those. And an extra big thank you to the gifts tonight, which is Sophia. So thank you so much for all of that. You are very much appreciated. Salem, I'm sure he would say thank you if he was here in his own way of completely ignoring the stream. But yes, he does definitely say thanks for the gifts, as they do help him indirect. As far as he's concerned, he doesn't know the difference, but they do help him.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for all of that. We will be saying goodbye and goodnight here. If you would like to, you can still subscribe, and then we will start be doing things like subscriber-only streams and subs-only chat and stuff like that. As well as I will remember this week to get the YouTube added to the link tree in my bio. Right now, if you search up You and Your Friend on YouTube, it doesn't pull anything up because we haven't added a video yet, so it won't pull it up as a channel. But we will, last week still needs to be added, and then we will eventually hopefully get this week's. As long as the video files don't get corrupted by TikTok, which does happen occasionally, we will always download them as long as it lets us and put them up on YouTube. So you can always reference the readings that you got if you got one and go back and view it now. So with that being said, we are saying goodnight. Thanks to everybody again for tuning in. Have a wonderful, blessed week, and I will see you anyways next week.
Yeah.
Liv is gone.
Yeah, I'll be away for 2 weeks, but I'll be back for
Yeah.
September.
So yeah, I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful time. Bye.